When football and physics collide, the end result is something magical called a free kick. It's always such a theatrical event. The planning and focus of the shooter, the dread on the faces of the human wall, the intensity of the goalkeeper, the precision required to bend the ball around or over the wall, past the goalkeeper, under the crossbar and into the net. And two Brazilian defenders seem to always get the formula right. Roberto Carlos and David Luiz. While both Roberto Carlos and David Luiz are known as defenders, neither started that way. A diminutive left back with the oversized thighs and booming shot, Roberto Carlos was a successful striker growing up. He would take advantage of his attacking skills to jump from the coffee plantations where he grew up in humble surrounds to Palmeiras, winning 2 Brazilian league titles. A brief introduction to the European game with Internacional led to a move to Real Madrid. He would play 11 seasons with Real, scoring 71 goals in 584 matches. With 4 La Liga and 3 Champions League titles, Carlos would be considered the greatest attacking defender in the world. The Bullet Man then moved to Fenerbahce, Corinthians and Anji, before giving his cannon legs a permanent rest. David Luiz was raised a central midfielder, but his poor performance with Vitória as a 14-year-old convinced him to try central defence. 6 years later, Luiz found himself manning the back four for Benfica and quickly became the club's captain, leading the Eagles to their first league title in 5 years. Then Chelsea manager Carlo Ancelotti took notice, and in 2011 he made Luiz the club's most expensive defender ever. Quirky and erratic, he would show his full range in his first game, named man of the match, despite giving away a 93rd minute penalty. Luiz made an impressive impact on the club, winning an FA Cup, Champions League and Europa League titles, playing both in the heart of defence and as a defensive midfielder. What started off as something fun to do on the farm eventually became Roberto Carlos's greatest weapon, his free kicks. Clocked at 170 kilometers per hour, they were the lethal combination of distance and velocity. The most famous of his repertoire was the 35-meter rocket he launched against France in 1997, honing to its target like an exocet. Carlos aimed so wide of the French wall that goalkeeper Fabien Barthez saw no need to move. He was demoralized as the ball pounded into the net. David Luiz is using the advice of ex-teammate Didier Drogba to hone his free kicks. Emulating the Ivorian striker, Luiz creates a divot in the ground for the ball to rest in and connects with the side of his foot. If his exploits in the 2013 Europa League are any indication, he seems to have truly taken Drogba's teaching to heart. In 2012, David Luiz was named captain of the Brazilian national team for the first time. But his Seleção trophy case is bare. The same can't be said for Carlos, who's won 2 Copa Americas and a FIFA Confederations Cup. He represented Brazil in 3 World Cups, guiding them to their record 5th title in 2002. With 11 goals in 125 matches, he's one of the most capped defenders in Brazilian international history. David Luiz is known as a pretty crazy guy. A constant practical joker, he's one of the components in the team's 3 amigos, with Juan Mata and Oscar. He doesn't take himself too seriously, especially his somewhat sketchy English skills. Luiz finds joy in football and it shows, both in his passion for surging runs, slide tackles, and with the smile on his face while doing so. a smile Chelsea fans hope to see at Stamford Bridge for many years to come. Roberto Carlos left a lasting impression wherever he played, whether Spain, where he became a citizen in 2005, or in Russia, where the owner of Anji Makachkala gave Carlos a Bugatti Veyron for his 38th birthday. But his stay in the Republic of Dagestan wasn't always smooth. The Brazilian was subjected to racial taunts, the worst when a Krylia Sovetov fan threw a banana at him. In 2012, at the age of 39, Carlos made the transition towards management, getting his coaching badges and moving smoothly towards a new career. His dream is to take over the Seleção one day, and who knows, perhaps he can even run a national team led by captain David Luiz. One thing is certain, both have been able to command the counter-attack, whether it be through the middle by Luiz or down the touchline by Carlos. And both have defied player walls and gravity to deliver deadly and decisive free kicks.